Friday, March 20th, and we are coming at you with another quarantine WOD. This is our 5th one of the week, so hopefully you guys aren't going too stir crazy and you're getting a lot of instruction out of these videos. I wanted to mention really quick, tomorrow I will be going live on Zoom for you guys to all join in and do our 9 a.m. class together, and this is for anyone who wants to join. You definitely don't have to be just a Revel Strength and Fitness member, so I want as many people that can join as possible. Saturdays here at Revel are super important to us. We usually have a longer partner workout. Everyone goes to brunch after, we drink mimosas, and it's a really good community aspect of the gym. And even though everything's a little crazy right now, I didn't want to lose that. So tomorrow, 9 a.m. on Zoom, you can find the information on Instagram or our Facebook profile, and I'll put it up on our website as well. So tomorrow, 9 a.m., join us for a virtual workout. I'll go through a warm-up and a workout and a cool down all together, so it should be really fun. Today, we've got our at-home workout. It's going to include, for those who are doing it with equipment, double unders, bent over rows, weighted glute bridges, and sit-ups. And I've got a version to do if you don't have any of that stuff at home, so don't feel like you can't get a good workout without dumbbells or a jump rope. So there's plenty of different options. So I'm going to talk about the double unders first, and then go over the dumbbell movements. So glad you're here. Enjoy. All right, guys. So double unders can be a super frustrating movement, especially if you're just starting out. I want to talk a little bit about single unders and how to scale the double unders if you need to first. It's a really good idea to master the single under before you start trying to do double unders in your workouts, because it gets really frustrating after about 10 minutes of trying when you just want to throw your rope out the window. So having a really good master on single unders is super important. A couple things you want to remember when you're measuring your jump rope: you want to put it under 1 foot. I like my jump rope longer. I always have. I've been doing this for 12 years. I've always had a rope that's a little bit longer. So usually how you want to measure it is under 1 foot, and you want the rope to come up right about at the armpit. So if it's a little bit shorter, again, that's okay. I like mine a little bit longer. I'll probably get a lot of comments about how I need a shorter rope, but this is how I like to have my rope. But as long as it's coming up around the armpit, if this rope was coming up to my belly button, it'd be too short, especially if you tend on a double under to go out wide with your arms, okay? That shortens up your rope even more and makes it a lot harder. So make sure you have the correct length when you're talking double unders. So first, the single under. When you're doing the single under, and the double under for that matter, I want you to pretend like you're a pogo stick, right? And in a pogo stick, you want to think about jumping up to the sky, not down to the ground, all right? So we like to stay on our toes and work on really getting a good jump through our toes with minimal heel touching, all right? And so if I was doing single unders, I'd want a constant 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 pattern or rhythm to my jumping. Nice and easy, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, okay? You don't want to get that dreaded double jump, okay? Because it makes double unders get a lot harder. So that's the single under. So if you're scaling the workout to singles, let's go ahead and do 100 singles each round instead of the 50 double unders. Next, we're going to talk about double unders. If you're just starting out and double unders are super difficult for you, let's go ahead and cut the number. And I always tell my classes, you can always count your attempts. So if I was doing double unders and I was just getting started, and let's say I get 1 and then I miss 3, and I get 1 and then I miss 3. In class, to keep you going and to keep your intensity high, you would count all the misses. We call those attempts. So it's, even though you're missing, you're still doing the action of the double under, so you get credit for that. If you're awesome at double unders, don't count those attempts. You only get to count the ones that you make. So don't cheat yourself and don't sandbag. So again, counting attempts is fine. You could go down to 10 attempts, all the way up to 25 if you were scaling or needing to scale the workout. If not, you'll be doing 50 double unders. So the point of a double under is to jump a little bit higher than the single and swing the rope twice underneath you. So unlike a single rhythm, 1, 1, 1, 1, in a double under, it's a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You're gonna have to spend some time finding out your own rhythm. I've been doing this for a while. I know exactly my own rhythm. I know when I get tired, how I need to adjust, when I'm faster, how I can adjust. So you're gonna have to learn that. So spend some time in an empty garage or in your basement or somewhere where you can hear the rhythm of your own rope and you'll be able to hear that whip. So when you're just starting out, I like to do a few singles and then get into the double under. You don't have to do them consecutively. You can do one double under at a time, okay? So if I was gonna do some singles, it would be 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, okay? So see how I swing that rope? You can hear the whip in that rope as I swing it underneath me twice. In the workout, you can do single, single, double, or single, double, or however you need to. And then my advanced athletes are gonna be a little bit more consecutive with their double unders, going 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, okay? So that's the double under for the equipment version of the workout. All right, guys, next in our workout is the bent over row. We're gonna do these with 2 dumbbells. If you had a barbell at home, you could always use a barbell, but for most of us, as we're working, and if you loaned any equipment out from the gym, you're probably in a dumbbell. If you have 1 kettlebell, you can always do this on a bench with that 1 kettlebell. I'll show you how to do it, but you're gonna be in that good bent over row with the 1 kettlebell coming back. So if you only have 1 dumbbell or kettlebell, don't worry, I think there's 15. Let's go ahead and do 10 on one side, 10 on the other, just to make it easy. If you do have 2 dumbbells, we're gonna use 2. A couple things that I wanna talk about before I pick up the dumbbells. In a bent over row, if you feel this pinching your back, you're not keeping your core tight enough. One of the biggest things, if you watch these videos, you're gonna hear me say over and over and over again, is the core supports the back. Without a tight core, without constant work and focus on the core, your back's gonna pinch. And anytime you're loaded in the front, you're gonna feel that back pinching. So you're gonna wanna really think about the core staying tight, okay? You're gonna have a soft knee like we did with the good mornings. The butt is gonna push backwards and you're gonna be in a bent over position. If you'd rather do this on one side at a time on the bench, feel free. You can always adjust this however you need. Couple things to remember: weights in my heels, my shoulders are over my feet, okay? I'm nice and bent, my hamstrings are engaged, my core is engaged to protect the back. So when I do this bent over row, I'm gonna deadlift my dumbbells up properly. We talked about deadlifts on Wednesday, so go back to that video, the first video, quarantine WOD number 3, in order to see correct deadlift form. Your deadlifts are your dumbbells are at your side. You're gonna have a soft knee. You're gonna bend forward and you're gonna pull those dumbbells back close to your hips, okay? You wanna make sure every time those dumbbells pull back, you're squeezing your shoulder blades, you're leading with the elbows, and those dumbbells come back and then come back forward, okay? Squeezing those elbows back, squeezing the shoulder blades, and then back down. You wanna make sure that the elbows don't flare out. You wanna keep those dumbbells squeezed in close, and you wanna make sure that you're not pulling the dumbbell up to your armpit, that it's coming closer to your hip, okay? That's gonna be super important. You also wanna make sure you're not shrugged up to your ear with your shoulder. You want your shoulder blades down and back, okay? Soft knee, bending over, pulling the dumbbells to your back and back down. Squeezing your shoulder blades and down, okay? That's our bent over row. Making sure to maintain tight core, stay in those heels, squeezing the shoulder blades, and remain bent over, okay? All right, good luck. Okay, next in our workout is a weighted glute bridge. You can do these with a dumbbell or a barbell, it's up to you. I'm gonna show you with a dumbbell. You can also use your kettlebell if that's all you've got at home. Some people might like to put their back up against a bench or a chair. I'm gonna demo it from the ground. It's gonna be easier for those that are really doing this in their living room and don't have any equipment, okay? So you're gonna be sitting on the ground, laying on the ground, back is down, shoulder blades are down, and you're gonna want your feet about at your fingertips. So they don't have to be any further out than that, because we wanna make sure when we're doing a glute bridge, we drive through our heels completely and not our toes. Okay, so the heels and the hamstrings are gonna be doing the work. When I do this weighted, I'm gonna have a dumbbell on my lap. I can hold it with my hands to keep it in place. I'm pretty bony, so I've got some big hip bones that is gonna cause the dumbbell to roll if I don't hold it. So I'm gonna hold it with my hands. I'm gonna lift my toes slightly to remind myself to engage through my heels instead of the front of the foot. And I'm gonna lift my butt as high as I can get it, making sure to squeeze the buns at the top and then slowly coming back down. So pushing up and then slowly back down. Okay, so this is the glute bridge, making sure you're not just getting slightly off the ground, that you're really pushing through those heels, getting all the way up and then coming back down, okay? That's the glute bridge. All right, guys, last but not least is our weighted sit-up. When you do this, you can do it with or without an anchor on your feet. So if you are in your living room and you're doing this next to your couch, you can always slide your toes underneath the couch to help your hip flexors pull you up. Since we're gonna be a little bit more weighted, you can do it without an anchor on your feet. If you're using 2 dumbbells for the bent over rows, you can put one on your toes and hold the other one. It's really up to you. I'm gonna hold the dumbbell on my chest today. I'm gonna use the other dumbbell as my anchor, and that's gonna keep my hip flexors firing for this sit-up. So I'm gonna put the other dumbbell on my feet, okay? It's gonna give me just a little bit of leverage to hold myself, to help myself pull back up. My dumbbell is gonna be on my chest. I'm gonna come all the way down in that sit-up, making sure my shoulder blades touch the ground, and I'm gonna sit all the way up, okay? Making sure I break that vertical plane. So again, down, sitting all the way up each time. Okay, you can always use an ab mat under your back for extra support, or a yoga mat as well. All right? Hey guys, we are now in the unweighted, no equipment version of today's workout, March 20th on Friday, our quarantine WOD number 5. I'm getting ready to talk a little bit about our substitution for double unders. So if you're at home and you don't have a jump rope, but you have a sturdy surface like a bench at your house, maybe a mudroom bench or an ottoman or a chair that's very, very sturdy, something like that can be used for a dynamic step up. And if you're a little bit wobbly on your feet, I would definitely just do a normal standard step up with no little jump at the top. The dynamic ones just give those who normally would jump and can't just a little bit extra. So I'm gonna show you both, the regular step up and the dynamic step up. It's your choice what you use. Each round, you'll have 25 of these step ups. So here's my sturdy bench. If I'm doing a regular step up, I'm just gonna step up on the bench and then step back down. Make sure you open your hips fully at the top. You don't stay bent over, okay? We wanna make sure we're getting that full extension all the way up, all the way down. If I'm gonna add the dynamic element to it, I'm gonna give myself a little hop at the top. And so just be really cautious. Make sure there's nothing around you that you could trip on. You're gonna step up on top of the bench. You're gonna switch your feet and then come right back down, taking that other foot all the way down to the floor, okay? Up, down, all the way up, down. So again, just giving you a little bit more dynamic movement to the traditional step up. All right guys, instead of doing bent over rows for the no equipment version of this workout, we're gonna be doing double downs. If you're on carpet or God forbid, a kitchen floor or something, make sure you have something soft under your elbows. Anyone in my express classes or my normal classes that have done double downs and done a lot of them know you will for sure get a raspberry or some torn skin on your elbow. So make sure, I don't even care if it's like an old sweatshirt or something, put something soft under your elbows because it's really hard and you're gonna end up with a raspberry there that's not gonna go away for a while. So make sure you have something soft. So I'm gonna use this yoga mat. So a double down is gonna be in the form of a plank, okay? You're gonna be at the top of your plank. You can do these from your knees or your feet, it's up to you. You're gonna be in that really good plank position. Make sure that pelvis is tucked under, okay? Nice and solid in that upper body. Shoulders are over the wrists. In our double down, we're gonna stay tight to the center. We're gonna come down on one elbow and then the other, and then push back and up. And then other side, down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up. Again, you can come from your knees if you need to. Down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up. Just make sure that that booty stays in line. Whether you're coming from your knees or not, you don't want to pike your butt up to the sky. You want to maintain that good plank position. So really be cautious of that, okay? That's the double down. All right, guys. So just like in the equipment version of this workout, we're gonna be doing glute bridges. We're just gonna be doing them with no weight whatsoever. So same movement, same standards, we'll just be doing without the dumbbell. So I'm gonna use the mat that I use for double downs. I'm gonna be on my back, okay? Quick reminder, you want your heels right about at your fingertips, so make sure those hands are down. I like to lift my toes to make sure I'm pushing through my heels. This time you can keep your hands out for balance if you'd like, or you can keep them on your stomach. Whatever you'd like to do with your hands, as long as they're not helping you push up off the ground. Okay, you want your glutes and hamstrings to do all the work. So you're gonna come all the way up in that glute bridge, squeezing your glutes, making sure you're through the heels, and then lowering yourself back down. Again, pushing up to the sky, squeezing the glutes, coming back down to the beginning position. Okay, so same thing as the weighted glute bridge without the dumbbell. And then while we're here, we'll just quickly talk about the sit-up. So the sit-up's gonna be done without any weight. You can still hook your toes under the couch for an anchor. A lot of times when our abs aren't super strong, maybe we just got done having a baby or we just haven't worked our core a lot, the core is doing a lot of work on the sit-up. But what can actually help you is the hip flexor. So that's why we anchor our toes under something, because the hip flexor can fire and help us up. So it's not just our abs. So you can always anchor your feet if you need a little extra help on the sit-up. Okay, your feet can be normal. Some people like to butterfly their legs on a sit-up. Some people like to go out straight. Without a weight, it's up to you. You can use an ab mat under your back for extra support. You just want to make sure you're coming all the way down. We're going to take those hands behind our head and use them to help us come up in this situation since we don't have a weight on our shoulder. So I'm going to touch, come all the way up, touch by my feet. Touch, touch. Touch, touch, okay? Making sure you're getting all the way up. So those of you with long arms, don't just come up this far because you can touch by your feet, or scoot your feet in so you can touch. Make sure your chest is breaking that vertical plane and you're coming all the way up on that sit-up, okay? All right, guys, I think that's it for this quarantine WOD number 5. Join us tomorrow on Zoom for our virtual workout and have the best Friday ever. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.